You heard the rest. Now here's the best. Stay Tuned Sports Podcast with Jimbo and O'Brien.
And welcome back to, like our title says, Stay Tuned Sports Podcast. I don't know why I was going to say podcast Stay Tuned. That was just kind of...
Well, you know, it's been a rough week for you, I heard. So
Yeah.
How are you doing, Jimbo?
I'm tired. Almost killed somebody at work. Oh, wait. I just admitted that on live radio.
If you're looking for a lawyer, call. Hello, everybody. It is O'Brien.
And Jimbo. I don't know if I said that. That's how freaking tired I am. I'm only a half a beer in of this lovely Miller Lite.
Hope everybody's doing well out there. Some great stuff to talk about today. Excited.
Yeah.
And
only 2 weeks away till the big fat man somehow shimmies down the chimney.
I heard he's doing yoga now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Now, I don't know if you've seen... Do you watch South Park or no?
Yeah, here and there.
Did you see about 2-3 weeks ago the feces transplant? That's the new diet to do.
Right.
I will not do it.
No, I can't say that I will.
It was a good episode, but fucked up.
Well, I tell you, I don't know.
Just like every show, our show's off the handle already.
Rolling off the rails. Oh, can't sing the rest of it. Get sued.
You only can do 15 seconds. So yeah, before we get into the show, head over to Twitter, follow us there at ST Sports Podcast, as well as go over to Facebook, like and share our pages, our YouTube channel. And in 3 weeks, we have big news coming as far as the show. We're adding something to our little gallery, if you want to call it that. But Shoulders kinds of know, but he's giving me like a look of he doesn't know, but you know, he's old, so he forgot.
Sometimes I just let him talk, folks. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
So, first off, obviously we don't like to start off with bad news or even anything like that. Just released a couple hours ago, Oscar Lindblom, the Flyers forward, was diagnosed with bone cancer.
That's tough.
23 years old. That's
right.
The messed up part even, too.
We all know I'm a Pittsburgh fan.
Yeah.
But putting all that aside, I wish him a speedy recovery. I'm hoping he can beat it.
Yeah.
He's tough. He's young. It's terrible to have to go through. So I offer my prayers and condolences to him and his family.
Yeah.
Keep fighting, bud. I'm rooting for you.
And the thing is, he played with the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, and me and Shoulders being 20 minutes away from the Baby Pens, we got to see him play a lot. And it's sad to say, but he's a hell of a player, and it sucks that anybody gets any type of cancer.
Any kind of cancer.
He was actually breaking out this year.
Right.
You know, he was leading, I think, the points on the team and stuff like that. 23 years old. 23
years old. And like I said, though, hopefully that's on his side and he can beat it.
Yeah. That's the only thing I think is helping. And kudos to the Flyers for offering their help to him in any capacity.
Right.
And
I'm sure the NHL community as a whole is going to get together on this one.
Yeah.
I couldn't fathom it any other way.
Yeah. So same thing that Shoulders said. Good luck, buddy, and our prayers are with you, and hopefully you do beat this and come out on the good side of this. So
right.
A little funny story to kind of kick it off. If you guys have been listening to past 2-3 weeks, that means you've been going over the whole DK and the JJ thing.
Yeah.
I had to bring the story in, and I kept it kind of quiet until today to show Shoulders. Since it's your boy, I'll let you...
No, by all means. You think this is a big shot at me, so have at it, pal.
I think this is funny as hell.
It just further shows on how he's a superstar, but go ahead.
So, DK, not Decaf, Metcalf, has a sponsor.
Right, coffee.
DK
Decaf.
Well, how this all started was ESPN Joe Tessitore, which, watching him Monday night... I'm pretty sure he took a couple seizures and was freaking hurting my head the way he was talking.
That's no joke, Jimbo.
Kept calling him Decaf, Metcalf, and
sheer brilliance.
And sure enough, one of the coffee companies, Georgia-based, jumped all over this and got in contact with Metcalf and said, we want to sponsor you. And
it's decaf, not Metcalf.
So, and the cool thing about this is it's going to go to charity.
Right.
Any money that's made off. And Tessitore also agreed to, let this happen, I guess, because he came up with the phrase, which I don't understand.
Yeah, okay. I came up with $1 billion. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, so he's actually going to be donating the proceeds as well as DK. And
now, see, from what I understand, how this happened, you have your story, I have my story, is that this happened big time. What the?
We interrupt this program with breaking news. This just in. Moments ago. We now go live to our reporter.
You have a phone call.
Are we live? Oh. Good morning, everybody. This is Rexton Tells All. Here with a special news break. Antonio Brown today announced somewhat of a campaign. He promises and vows that no white girls in 2020. In other news, chief of the Staples Center crew, getting a new live break, Mobster McCleary reported that they finally sanitized the seat that Lizzo's thong got lodged on. That is all. I reported it, so it's true. Back to you.
And so the Chiefs almost had a...
What? You just interrupted my whole DK thing. What the hell was that? So let me finish. The reason he got a decaf coffee sponsor is because defensive coordinators have such a tough time planning for him that if they drink regular coffee, they'll have heart attacks.
So is that what's happened
That's
to
the
our
story. I'm going with it. I'm sticking to it.
Is that what happened to our Eagles defense all these weeks? Is that we don't have Jim Schwartz drinking some decaf? Metcalf?
Jim Schwartz needs some meth. He looks slow on the sidelines. He always has that same stare.
It's like he's taking a seizure or like cross-eyed seizure.
He reminds me of the coach with Bobby Boucher. It's getting hot in here. Oh, I'm getting dizzy. I need some water. That's some high-quality H2O.
But, like I said, I had to chuckle at it a little bit. One, like I said, because
we'll leave our fans decide on what the real story is there.
Maybe I'll start a poll. Do you guys drink decaf or decaf Metcalf?
No, it's DK decaf, not... you screw shit up.
Well, talking about screwing stuff up, did you see about the Chiefs?
Yeah, they had a little bit of a
equipment problem. And so what happened was the equipment bags or whatever never got unloaded from the plane. So the plane flew back
to Newark,
New Jersey, while they were playing up in Massachusetts.
I want a full investigation launched right now. Bill Belichick had something to do with this.
Well, we'll get to him too.
I mean, I don't know how that happens because if you've seen any
You okay? You sound like me now.
Behind the scenes episodes of any football program,
yeah, they
have 1 billion people on this at all times to make sure it gets shipped, pushed everywhere it needs to go.
And the thing is, watching Behind the Glass with the Flyers this past year, they have like you said, 10 or 12 equipment managers, people
responsible
that leave a day before the team.
I wonder what the airlines was.
Got anything?
No. I'm just thinking, I did hear they did get an apology and a $50 voucher for their next flight.
That expires in 3 months.
3 months? It was 3 hours.
But yeah, I mean, the rules state that if they didn't get the equipment there, they would have had a forfeit. And it was something like the equipment was for 35 players. And you dress.
Right, but how would they have to forfeit? You think of all the times they have actually rescheduled a game in the NFL?
Well, because that's not the NFL's duty. That's not the Patriots'
but it's not
job.
Their fault either. So
it was. It's their job to unload the plane.
So it was on Kansas City staff.
Kansas City's
not the crew. So they were allowed on the tarmac, you're telling me. With all of our TSA security. I like to see those body scans.
I wonder if they're as big as Lizzo. That was nasty. I mean, we just had that breaking news about it, but I saw that, and I haven't followed wrestling in a long time now. I mean, probably
Wrestling? What the hell does it have to do with
wrestling. Wrestling's real to me, god damn it.
Oh. I thought she was a rapper. I don't even know who she is.
Oh, no, she's a rapper, but if you give me a second, I'm leading into it.
Oh. But she should
she
put
made-
a rapper on that ass.
She made Rakishi's
Jesus.
ass look good. Like,
Listen, I'm not condoning a bigger woman. She has her looks, but she's known
Yeah.
to be scandalous on stage. But she's in a public forum at the Staples Center.
and that's the thing. And, I mean, if you guys watch the videos, I mean, it's all over the place. She got put up on the Jumbotron because the Lakers cheerleaders were doing their
Right.
routine or whatever. And they went to her, and she's like, rah, rah, turns around and just starts twerking. And it's just
Right.
like, ah!
And so you don't know, folks. She's wearing a one-piece black dress, but the big circle portion of her rump area is like cut out with I don't know, a screen door material, and all you see is butt cheeks and thong.
And everybody don't get it wrong. Like, we're not bashing her because she's a big girl.
No.
It's like that. Like, hey, if you're proud to show it off, I mean, show it off.
Right.
But there's a time and a place for certain things like
I
that.
mean, I don't know how many children were scared when they were done.
Well,
but
I mean, and the reason why I bring that up is the one joke.
a thong? Like she couldn't even. That thong was screaming.
The one joke I saw, and like I said, kudos to her that she's that proud of herself. But the joke that I saw was, everybody leave her alone. That cutout just housed 12 kids, like actual houses.
Jesus. I mean, she's not that big of a girl.
Yeah, but I mean, I think she's pretty looking.
I
It's
like
just that,
big butts and I cannot lie.
Where's that rapper at?
Jesus.
But
I'm still in shock. Like, it was that bad. Like,
I mean, you didn't even know.
I would have
about,
took
like,
Janet
taking
Jackson's
over.
titty over that. Jesus.
Well, yeah, I would too.
That was up in arms.
And since you bring that up, how many Super Bowls in a row have you been like, come on, one more.
Nipple slip. I watched the local news and I'm like, nipple slip. What are you talking about?
I usually go to my dad's bar for the Super Bowls, and every halftime show, the whole bar is like, come on, wardrobe malfunction. I mean, you got one with the Who. That was freaking nasty.
Yeah.
But so back to the Chiefs. Yeah, so they were going to have to forfeit if they didn't get the equipment there, and
So how did the equipment get there so magically?
drove down, picked it up, and
Hightailed it back, huh?
Hightailed back and got it there just in time. And luckily it helped. I mean, they beat the Patriots.
God damn it, caretaker. Where's our uniforms?
And I heard from a good source that when Andy Reid found out about the equipment being missed,
He ate another crimpet?
He said, "Where's?" He looked at the equipment manager, who got promoted, and he said, "Great googly moogly."
I heard he was going to cut off his mustache and make shoulder pads out of it.
They're pretty thick shoulder pads. So
They're afraid PETA was going to get mad thinking it was a woolly mammoth.
Speaking of Bill Belichick and the Patriots,
Oh, Jesus.
they're back.
Yeah. Cheating again!
And at least they learned a lesson, because this time around they came out and said, yeah, we had a camera crew up there.
Right.
But
Well, I mean, here's my thing with the whole thing. Quick background. They put a camera crew up. Wasn't the camera guy wearing a Patriots shirt? That's what I heard. Yeah.
I didn't see that part, but how the story was they were recording a film session of an advanced scout, which I don't know what's the difference between a scout and an advanced scout.
One wears a sachet. And a Patriot shirt, apparently. The event scout comes with a camcorder. Order now.
Videotaping them for their web blog or web series, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
To show the life of a scout.
We can't lose no more games, blog.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. And the series is called Do Your Job. Couldn't come up with anything better than that. So,
breaking news inside the Ravens locker room.
So they record this during, and this is the even more messed up part, during a Browns-Bengals game. Not like, a Patriots game, but Now, granted, they
I know. I mean, could you get any two worse teams at the moment?
exactly.
Like, what are you worried about?
They're playing the Bengals this weekend.
The Bengals.
Yeah, one win. Yeah, I mean, I think you could put Tom Brady as quarterback and wide receiver and still beat them.
I don't know. He did drop a pass in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, and the quarterback that did catch it, he's wanted down in Jacksonville for stealing money. Sorry, I was trying to find the right time to throw that in.
Again, you can make fun of him all you want. He won a Super Bowl for our Eagles. Yes, it was a team effort, but we all know the quarterback is one of the most major positions.
And
he put passes on the dime and did some great things.
And Brandon Graham's hand was on the dime on that ball when he fumbled.
He did. He was a big part of it too. But all right? So you're telling me right now?
I got him fired up.
Yeah, you did. So you put you put Josh McCown in that game, we're winning.
Yes.
You're full of shit. I can't deal with him, folks. I did hear though that the Patriots are producing a new series.
Okay.
They're filming a new series.
Okay.
And they're naming it The Beginning Career of Lamar Jackson. They're gonna have camera crews following him around.
I mean, I don't think it should be the Patriots. I think
he's gonna wear a Raven shirt.
I think it should be all 31 teams because I mean he's playing lights out, and we'll get to that in a little bit here.
Way to kill the suspense.
Yeah. But so as far as the Patriots, like we said, they had Spygate 1. They're calling it Spygate.
It's French.
2.0. Man, I am really screwing up today. Bad.
Must be Italian. Fragile.
Patriots came out, said that they're an independent film company. They're not employees of the Patriots, whatever. But they did know they cleared the credentials with the Browns.
It makes sense. They asked us to zoom in on the play clock.
Yeah.
And the whiteboard.
And it came out that there's an 8-minute part of that video pointed straight at the Bengals coaches giving the signals.
Right.
I mean,
we were just showing the intricate work.
Widescreen.
Look, I think he's waving in a 747.
So
that's a blitz, Rock.
With that being said, and I was talking to a couple of guys at work about this. Last time, Spygate, they had to give up the first-round draft pick of that year. Belichick got fined $500,000. Patriots $250,000. Obviously, they're not learning. How do you care? Yeah.
I think Brady and Belichick are on their last wing, and they're going to do anything they can to win one or two more.
You don't think
because they know it's coming to an end.
Let's say they get Burrow from LSU, who's the next Tom Brady. Say.
How is he going to go that low in the draft?
Robert Kraft, he knows some handies. I mean,
you want to talk about robbing Jacksonville out of money?
Yeah,
that brothel's still looking for the massage money.
But I mean,
you got me busted. I ain't paying.
Like I was thinking about like going above and beyond. Take all their draft picks away, and tell them they can't sign any top tier free agents. Like just say Michael Thomas is out there, you can't sign him. Jordan Matthews, can't sign him. Top tier guy.
Right.
Oh, wait. He re-signed with the 49ers. Did you see that?
No.
He re-signed with the 40. So he signed with Philly this year 2 years. Or twice. He signed with the 49ers twice this year. I'm East Coast. No, I'm West Coast. No, I'm East Coast. I'm West Coast.
I don't know which way I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm open! Over here!
But
I couldn't catch in Philly. Back to the West Coast.
Yeah. But, I mean, do you think that's something that the NFL
why he's not on Denver.
Yeah.
Maybe the ball will float a little more for him.
Do you think that's something that NFL should do? Is just tell them you can't sign top-tier free agents? Like,
well, I don't know if you can go that far. Maybe dock them a pick or two. I don't see that going that level. I don't. I'm sorry.
I mean,
it's always been a slap on the wrist. Those fines were like me fining you 50 cents for sitting on the chair wrong.
You know what? For the Patriots, yes. Belichick, even though he's probably one of the top 3 paid coaches, I mean, $500,000 is still a nice chunk of change.
You think it came out of his pocket? Right, yeah.
Robert Kraft's hand was in his pocket, all right.
Yeah, I bet so. So was Tanya from the masseuse parlor.
Tanya, I thought... Never mind, I'm not going to go that route.
8-ball corner pocket!
Yeah, I mean, I just think that there should be some way that they need to be stricter this time around.
Right.
You know, they can't be a
slap on the wrist, right.
So, especially with Brady and Belichick, like you said, this is their last.
We interrupt this program with breaking news. This just in. Moments ago. We now go live to our reporter.
You have a phone call.
God damn it, Juan. Rexton Tells All here with another news break. Just reported, David Stern has taken a brain hemorrhage. It is reported that he took the hemorrhage after learning that the NBA still sucks. Other news, speaking of the Patriots, Tom Brady challenges... Who do you think? Lamar Jackson to a foot race. There's reports there will be multiple camera crews. He's to wear rollerblades. And it's going to be in Mexico. Back to you.
And so,
What the hell is going on?
I'm going to have to talk with Juan, because that's the second time he must have hacked our feed here.
You said I was a reporter.
No, I said you're a recorder.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Juan.
Again, I don't know why you let him around. Here we go again.
At least we're not paying him this time, you know. Jesus Christ. It's coming out of your pay, Juan.
What you gonna take away, my beer?
Exactly, because I'm low. And when I'm low and no money, I'll drink Corona.
Ah, shut up.
That guy's crazy.
He is, so. Before that breaking news, the Patriots, yeah, the cheating, blah, blah. Spygate. Yeah.
Right. I'm confused.
Yeah.
Where in the hell do we pick up this Rexton guy?
Well, I'm trying him out because, excuse me, when you got to go on hiatus, for the Area 51 manhunt, whatever.
Right.
I figured try him out, see if he could fit in. And
well, I heard he comes from a prestigious school. He did graduate LCCC, so Luzerne County Community College.
I just took a seizure.
Speaking of local news, before we go back to it.
Yeah, thank you. I know where you're going with, and I meant to bring it up earlier, but go ahead.
Dallas Mountaineers fell in the state championship game, but they gave it their all. But my alma mater, WA, all the way, Wyoming Area Warriors won their first state championship.
Now, folks,
so I just wanted to say congratulations to the Warriors.
Folks, you weren't here to see that, but he actually had to spell it out with his fingers. I think he forgot how to say it.
Oh!
The reason why I wanted to bring it up, too, was about their kicker.
She's a female.
Female. And I meant to bring up the article because I forget her name. But when I was reading the article in our local paper, obviously she plays football, plays soccer.
Go on.
Track and field.
Right.
Like, she's like all over the place. And the soccer coach was the one that actually convinced her, hey, try it out. And
right.
And she was actually one of the positive ones. Like, she, they quote her saying that some of the teammates thought, because they were down early, the first half. I think they came on halfway through.
They're down 14-0 and end up winning 21-14.
Yeah. And she said, I always knew that we were going to come back. Some of the team was a little upset, and she got them.
Well, I'll tell you what, their quarterback, Dominic DeLuca, hopefully I can get in touch with him. Maybe we'll do an interview. I'd also like to get an interview with Lenny Kelly, the star running back from Back Mountain, to maybe give some of our younger youth fans, and if they're watching this, God bless them.
Well, listening, not watching. Can't watch us yet.
Well, soon. I have high hopes. Expand a little bit on their experience.
Yeah.
Because it was a good thing. So.
Yeah, because, like we said last week, this is the first time in a long time that we have the state champs back here in Northeast PA.
And not only that, we had two teams go, right, like 10 miles apart.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
I mean, what, the last one I could probably think of is like Berwick or...
I don't know, you have to go back a while.
Yeah. Probably when we were in high school.
I know the Dallas Mountaineers have one in 93.
Yeah.
Wyoming Area Warriors, that was their first. Berwick would have to be up there. I think Valley View got one once.
Yeah.
Something like that. So,
yeah.
But again, congratulations to the Warriors and congratulations to the Dallas Mountaineers. Listen, the team they played, I don't think they didn't lose the game, Dallas Mountaineers.
Okay.
That other team was just stacked. They had linemen that were like 6'5", 300 pounds.
That's a couple of guys at work were telling me about that.
At the high school level.
Yeah.
Like, that team was no joke. They're from right outside Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And they've had multiple state championships. So...
A couple of guys were telling me that they were watching it and said it was almost like the other team knew what play was coming. Like they were just that good and that reactive to.
They couldn't. I mean,
plays.
Again, Dallas Mountaineers were average size football players for kids. Some of them were bigger. Like you'd say, "Wow, I can't believe you're in high school."
Yeah.
But the kids, they were like pro level.
Yeah.
So they hung in there. They put up at least a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm proud of them. So.
Is it Dallas or was it your old school that pretty much has everybody coming back?
Dallas doesn't. Dallas is losing. I am not knocking them. I'm hoping they're good next year, but they're losing like 12 to 15 seniors.
Okay, yeah. So let's go.
I know the quarterback, their star receiver, and their star running back is gone.
Okay.
Their fullback, who was a star, is gone, and he also played defense. The receiver, that was a star receiver, also was a star cornerback safety. So they're going to be hurting.
Okay.
But we'll see. I mean, we have a new breed of talent coming up, so we don't know.
All right. So we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk some college football news and, surprise, surprise, some Eagles talk. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your good friend Jimbo from Stay Tuned Sports. Are you looking to get into writing or putting out podcasts to give you your hot takes or your opinion about certain subjects of the major sports or even e-gaming? Well, head over to bellyupsports.com and send the guys a message to get some information about how you can join our family. I've been part of the Belly Up Sports family since February, and I'll tell you what, it's a bunch of great guys and gals, help each other all out, and don't judge each other about what we put out there. So if you're interested, head over to bellyupsports.com, send a message to the guys. We're looking for writers, editors, even podcasters. So again, that is bellyupsports.com. Head over there, message them, and even read some of our articles. And we are back with Stay Tuned Sports. This is
what are we?
Stay Tuned.
Who are we?
We are not Penn State.
STS. We are.
I wonder how much a college football team costs. Start one. We'll get that.
I don't think it's about having money to start a college football team there, Mr. Dumas. I think it's more about starting a fucking college, you idiot.
Oh, okay. I could be the teacher then.
Yeah.
I mean, you see how Antonio Brown's doing with his English on Twitter. I'm pretty sure I could do a lot better.
I don't know what's more comical, Tom Brady's Twitter or his Twitter.
That was, and you know what? Obviously, I don't like Tom Brady. This is the first year that he has Twitter.
Right.
When he's on, he's on. Because he does that.
I know it was breaking news with Rexton, but I can't believe he legitimately tweeted Brady versus Jackson 40-yard dash. And you're like, what? And as you're reading the tweet, it gets in the middle. He says, but he has to wear rollerblades on flat grass surface. I'm like, he's actually getting funny in his old age.
He is. You know,
you're more than welcome to come on the show, Tom.
We won't pay you, or you don't have to pay us at all.
Right.
We may pay you if you like Miller Lite. Miller Lite, please sponsor us so we can pay Tom Brady.
Yeah, he doesn't drink Miller Lite.
Oh, he drinks that wine.
He drinks something.
Speaking of which, he is in South Park this couple weeks ago with the one I was just talking about.
Nice.
Pretty funny.
All right.
So,
well, speaking with the NFL news, there was a breaking story. 12 retired football players were indicted and arrested. Clinton Portis being one of them, who's turned himself in on federal charges.
I was surprised about him.
For defrauding the league's retirement health plan, all these players together, for a total of $3.3 million.
Oh, it was the league. I thought it was just a independent healthcare provider.
No, this was like
that.
a plan set up for just retired players.
Oh.
So they didn't just steal from the league, they stole from other players, basically. Yeah. But the people named in it, which was surprising, was Clinton Portis. He's a former Washington Redskins and Denver Broncos running back. Robert McCune, a former linebacker with the Redskins. John Eubanks, a former cornerback with the Redskins.
Do we see a pattern here, people?
Tamarick Vanover. That sounds like a fucking crank call.
Yeah, crank yankers.
A former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver. Cedric C.C. Brown, a former Houston Texans safety.
Oh, come on. This is a Comedy Central thing going on here.
James Butler, New York Giants and St. Louis Rams safety. Frederick Bennett, a Houston Texans defensive back. Carlos Rogers, a former Redskins and 49ers cornerback.
Let me cut you off. So what are we up to? 4 or 5 now Redskins?
Right, but the last name hurts. Correll Buckhalter.
Not really.
A former Philadelphia Eagle.
I'm glad because he was the one. He played underneath Andy Reid, and I believe he was the one that was the first dog fighter before Michael Vick, which remind me to bring up Michael Vick. There's a question I forgot to put down. I want to bring it up to you. And next day, Andy Reid cut him, so we don't condone any of that.
And so there's 2 others about to be indicted, which is one of them's a little disheartening because I kind of liked him.
Okay.
And he was a good story. Joe Horn from the New Orleans Saints.
Really?
And Donald Caldwell from the San Diego Chargers and New England Patriots. He must have learned that in the Patriots.
Yeah. Damn it! I didn't spy the right way.
There's an article that says how the scheme worked. I'll give you a quick read of it. The Gene Upshaw NFL Players Health Reimbursement Accountant Plan was established as part of the 2006 collective bargaining agreement between the NFL and NFL Players Association. It is intended to provide tax-free reimbursement of out-of-pocket medical expenses not covered by insurance for former NFL players, their wives, and their dependents, prosecutors said. According to the indictments, the former players submitted phony claims for expensive equipment, including hyperbaric oxygen chambers, ultrasound machines designed for a doctor's office to conduct women's health exams, and electromagnetic therapy devices for horses.
Wait, they asked for that money to buy that themselves?
Well, no, they said they purchased those items, and that's how they got the reimbursement.
So they purchased them, quote, themselves.
They didn't purchase them. They pocketed the money.
Themselves.
Right.
So
what the hell are you using
why aren't
electromagnetic therapy devices for horses?
And the biochamber thing, didn't they learn anything from Antonio Brown?
My feet! Yeah. They say each claim was for about $40,000 to $50,000, and they relied on fabricated invoices, prescriptions, and letters of medical necessity, the prosecutor said.
Wow.
In addition, some defendants, while you were getting conspiracy charges, recruited retired players to participate in the scheme in exchange for kickbacks and bribes that range from a few $1,000s to $10,000 or more per claim.
Wow.
So
that's a shame.
McCune and Buckhalter even called the health benefits plan phone line and impersonated other players to check on the status of the claim.
Jesus. Wow.
I can't make this shit up, man. I have too many jokes at once. I just had an overload.
Wow. Like, how stupid are you?
Hi, this is Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
I'm giving up white women, so I need some prophylactics.
Like, seriously. Or, oh my freaking God.
Hi, this is Terrell Owens.
Yeah. Well,
I pulled an ab.
I don't know. I kind of sound like him.
I don't know.
You know, I'm curious what the person taking that phone call.
I just talked to Clinton Bonus.
What happens if T.O. is on the other line? I'm T.O. to see if my thing. No, you're not. Yes, I am. I'm T.O. Click.
Times are tough, man.
Yo,
telemarketing's tough.
Holy shit.
This is Chad Ochocinco Johnson.
I brought up about Corral Buckhalter being a former Eagle player with this stupid ass.
I mean, was he much of an Eagles player?
I mean, not rookie wise. He was a good running back.
That's about it. Then he got hit in the head too many times.
And then,
I'm blaming concussions.
So we come from the team because he was abusing dogs at this and that.
Right.
Now this story, I don't know if you saw what was going on. Michael Vick. Okay, granted, no one watches the Pro Bowl, obviously.
Right.
Is the honorary captain or something like that?
No, I thought he was one of the person picking the team or whatever.
Oh, they still do it that way?
Yeah, well, not like that, but like he's part of the team like that.
Okay.
From what I understand. And everybody, because I started seeing Michael Vick memes again.
Yeah.
And outrage.
Yeah.
But he also just proposed a bill in Congress and stuff. And, I mean, he's trying to change it around. So I get it, man. I mean, I understand where people that love pets are coming from.
Yeah.
But it's like at the same time, I don't know what else to say. Like, yeah, those dogs won't ever be whole. I get it. You know, they're victims, but yet we're supposed to forgive other people for other crimes. I don't know. Where do you draw the line? I don't know.
And that's why I brought it up is, you know, we're both dog owners, you know, pet owners, and I understand the aspect of that side. But like you said, he has done stuff to help the dog fighting stop.
It's not going to change what he did.
Yeah, I mean...
We get it.
You really can't say the past is the past, but it really is.
But, I mean, can we look at it as somewhat of a positive in the sense that it brought a lot of awareness that people weren't aware of this?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Because, how much about dog fighting than people really know?
Yeah. Because I think it was close to, 200,000 people signed a petition to have him removed. And for...
What about cockfighting, senor?
Hey, we don't care about your penis.
Shut up. These people, I tell you.
And, you know, for how much we bash Roger Goodell for his stupidity, kudos to him with not backing down and saying, Michael Vick, you're not going to be it. He's still going to be the captain or whatever he is. And I agree with Goodell, you know, to keep him in there.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You must be tired.
Yeah, well, I'm on my 25th beer, so...
Holy hell. I almost just want to disagree. I feel like I hate Goodell.
So, yeah, no, I was curious to see what you thought about that and if you saw it or not. But
when he handed the Eagles a Super Bowl trophy, I was like, wipe it off! Wipe it off!
Spick and span.
That is a racist term, sir.
So since we're talking about the Eagles here, last week we played the Giants, and our buddy King was texting me. We have like a little inside joke about the King James belt. It's a little WWE belt gag gift type thing. He actually is living in Jersey now. That's why he's not been on the show. Text me, he says, I'm coming for your belt. And I thought to him, I'm like, yeah, you are. Eli's going to throw. And Shoulders has the text message with a couple of our other friends. I said, and I was close, Eli's going to have 450 yards passing. And granted, this one was more of a joke. 7 touchdowns.
Right.
The way that first half was going.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I still think when Eli was protected, we didn't get pressure on him. Mm-hmm. He was dropping dimes.
And I hate Booger McFarland. He's getting up there with freaking Joe Buck. And yeah.
You have a booger? Is that
a booger.
Jesus Christ. McFarland, what the hell is he from?
He's that guy from Family Guy.
That's what I thought, right?
Yeah.
He created
that character on ESPN now because that's all he is. He's a freaking joke.
Jesus.
But
I never heard of Booger McFarland. I'm in the wrong business apparently.
And I mean, he was even saying like, you know, Eli was just dropping him left and right. You know, we had to bring the pressure.
He looked good.
He did. And let me ask you this because let's jump to the second half. Because we'll jump back with the receiver situation.
Who's on first?
What's on third? Jump into the second half. We obviously made the comeback. A lot of people were putting the game on Carson Wentz that he made the comeback. Now,
right.
You know, I've been defending him and everything like that. Do you put the comeback on him? Because I don't.
No.
Who's your player?
The defense.
I got Boston Scott. That running back led that.
Well, I mean, he was phenomenal the whole game, in my opinion.
I mean, maybe, but he stood out a lot more
in
in the second half, like he basically said. And that
to me, the defense woke up.
Yeah. Well, and maybe, you know.
And again, Darby got burnt twice.
Darby's garbage, man.
I don't know what happened to him. On Madden, if you play with him.
Yeah, because you're playing on easy. That's why he looks good.
But I'm just saying, though, like, his stats, like, he used to be a great cornerback. Like,
Yeah.
is that injury still in his head?
Well, we always see it because it was the ACL, wasn't it?
I thought that was his Achilles.
It was either Achilles or the knee, but still, either way, it's the same thing. It's still going to be in your head.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. I mean, Fletcher Cox, he played, I thought, throughout the whole game, I thought he played really well.
Right. I still don't think our defensive front has the same pressure that they had the Super Bowl year.
I mean, that second half, it looked like our Super Bowl line. They were
say so.
They were collapsing.
You were
the pocket and
also
everything.
drinking Jameson. So
No, that was Monday night. So I had work the next day. They're like, "Oh, you gotta come in early." I'm like, fuck you." So let's jump back to the first half. So Doug Peterson, smartest coach in NFL Eagles history, said we're going in with 3 healthy wide receivers.
Yeah.
When I heard that, and I'm like, oh boy.
Speaking of your boy JJ, hamstring injury.
Hey, well, he's playing though. But thank you for bringing that up because I don't see Metcalf doing over his shoulder catches to keep the game alive.
No, he's making one-handed catches and running over people. You're right.
Because it's already 50
He's
to nothing.
so goddamn open, he doesn't got to fall under it. Yeah, okay. We're not getting back on this, damn it.
All right, I mean, I got you fired up once. I'm good with that
Jesus. And if you ever talk bad about my big dick Nick, I swear to God I'm going to choke you.
But,
you freaking Benedict Arnold.
I don't know why Doug thought Alshon Jeffrey was going to last the whole game. Do you remember a game at all this year, him lasting a full game without going
I think he's
out of
done.
play? I think
really
he is.
do.
I think
I'm not excited to have him on the team anymore.
I think the 2017 was the perfect time for us to have him on the team because that was it.
Right.
I mean, he had an awesome year for us.
I don't think he's just big. He's more of a tight end.
He's a jump ball
not
guy.
fast.
Yeah. No, he's a red zone jump ball guy.
I really hope we get some receivers, like, somehow.
Well, did you see who, after Alshon went down, JJ went down, we had Greg Hardy in there. Fuck him.
Greg Ward
in there.
Not the only receiver. We had 5 tight ends.
No. We had an emergency wide receiver.
We did, and I wanted to see it. I'm pissed off.
So am I. When I saw this story, I was like, fuck, man, we should have had it. Josh McCown
Said I was ready to go.
was getting ready. You know, the equipment team got the right helmet for him. He was warming up, doing routes and shit like that. 40 years old. And the funny part was, this wouldn't have been the first time he played as a wide receiver.
Right.
I did not know that. It was actually against the Patriots, where he had, and you know, you gotta love this guy. Like his statement about this. He had like 2 catches for 30 yards or something like that, and he had one other catch during the game. I think it was like 2016 or whatever, for 31 yards, but was called back for offensive pass interference. And he said like, well, it was ticky tack, and he paused for a moment and said, "I hope the league don't retract the fine." I'm like, kudos to you. You got a good laugh there, but that's how bad we are. Now this week coming up against the Redskins, Alshon out for the year. They're saying if he's lucky, if he's still on the Eagles, if he's lucky, he'll be possibly available first week of the season next season. It's the same injury that Jalen Mills had.
If you could see my face, folks, it's like pure disgust.
So
get rid of Deshaun too.
I say give Deshaun one more year.
What's he? He's one more hamstring or ab from fucking not playing again for a season.
I mean,
how do you hurt your ab and out an entire season?
There was a couple of players that did this year, and
gay.
He probably did too many sit-ups in the driveway.
He's just pulling a TO.
But going into next year, now this other story that came out, I think last week, Joe Banner, our former GM, came out and said he could actually see us cutting both Alshon and Deshaun, right, just because it was released about the cap.
Throw Aguilar and JJ in there too.
Fuck you with JJ. You want me to get you started up with? You're not gonna get me started up. Yeah. See how calm and collective I am now. See, it's very 1, 2, 3, 3,
because
2,
you're
1.
not real. Now the fans are starting to get it.
But no, Aguilar.
I'm full of shit.
Aguilar's gone after this year. No matter what, he's a free agent. Fuck him. But yeah, with the cap going up a little bit more than expected, Joe Banner said he could see Howie Roseman cutting both. We'll take a $20 million cap hit just to get rid of them both, get all new receivers in, which I agree. I mean, we gotta.
They gotta get somebody young in, or mid-level, mid-age, because they need somebody to grow with Carson for the next 5-10 years.
Yeah. I mean, really, we really only have 4 or 5 years before you start seeing Carson dip down.
I feel like the 2004 Eagles again. We have no receivers, and our team could do better.
Yeah. And
so
the one stat I did see, and I wish I had it to show you, but the one website broke down when Carson Wentz is outside the pocket. He's like
he throws better on the run.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't believe QBRs, but in a way, it does kind of show. And he's 104 outside the pocket.
Right.
When he's in the pocket, he's a 58.
Right.
It's McNabb all over again. McNabb was never a pocket passer.
Right.
Andy Reid tried to make him a pocket passer.
I've seen how that ended.
Yeah. Both guys have ACL injuries. Wentz is doing a little bit better than McNabb. You know, he's not getting DUIs or.
That's because he didn't get the chunky soup endorsement yet.
Yeah.
He's not going to puff out.
Throwing up a.
I eat steak and potatoes every day.
But luckily, we did beat
Did you try the new funky soup?
Luckily, we did beat the Giants in last.
Does it matter? I'm sick of hearing I'm a
that's the thing,
diehard
too.
fan.
Yeah.
But every Eagles fan I've been talking to is like, well, we can still make who gives a shit?
And see, that's the thing is like I have.
The league was trying to reseed the playoffs because the NFC East sucks that bad.
I think they really should reseed it, but figure out a different way because before this game, there was a thing out there that the Redskins, Eagles, and Dallas all could be 6-10, and they would be hosting a wild card game. That's
I think the division winners 1, 2, 3, 4 should be a first round bye, and they should add 2 more wild card spots. No. So you have one playoff wild card spot, or take the next 2 teams that could have been in the wild card and let them have a pre-playoff to get in. You understand what I'm saying? Like something like that.
So kind of like baseball, because baseball has a wild card playoff type thing. But then now you're going into late February.
It's more fucking football. What are you complaining about?
We got XFL we got to worry about.
Come on, shut up.
Antonio Brown, he's going to sign with the Battlehawks.
The who?
The Battlehawks.
The Battlecocks.
Yes. Juan's team.
Hey!
So, as far as the Redskins going, well, my comment to you about it doesn't really matter. That's what sucks is
they should flex that game to London because nobody wants to watch it.
Watching that touchdown by Ertz to win the game. Yes, we're back in a playoff hunt. We're still going to get our ass kicked in the first round.
Right, unless there's drastic change.
Yeah.
Like I see a team getting sparked, I understand, but right now, both sides of the ball are unpredictable.
And the thing, like you just said about the draft seeding and everything, right now, if the season ended, we didn't make the playoffs, we're like the 13th pick, draft-wise. Right. We make the playoffs, we're in the high 20s.
Right.
No matter what our record is.
Right.
It's like...
And I don't think that if you make the playoffs should matter. It should just be your overall record. If they're going to keep it in the format that you could be a 1-15 team because the rest of the teams in your division went 0-16, then I say no, bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
No, I know.
Is there really a fix? I don't know.
Yeah, I think there is. I think they should go back to when there wasn't 4 divisions, go 3 divisions, and only do 6 teams.
Sure.
Because instead of having one division with only one winner,
we still only have 6 teams in the playoffs.
But you would have also 3 division winners and 3
wild card
guys.
Right.
And then there's your one wild card gets a bye. Okay. I'm just trying to pull shit out my ass because it sounded good in my head.
Everybody just shut the show off.
So a little bit more NFL talk.
You're not helping Miller Lite here.
It's good shit. Well, a little bit more NFL talk. You brought this up before we came on.
I should think we should do a January Madness.
NFL MVPs. Obviously, Lamar Jackson is
up there, right? They have Patrick Mahomes still up there.
Go ahead.
Put me on the spot. God damn it.
Drew Brees?
No, actually, the receiver is though Michael Thomas.
I mean, just look what he's doing.
Stephon Gilmore, the cornerback for the Patriots. I don't see that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to play like Ray Lewis.
But even though, well, what is he really? Has he been that good this season?
I mean, he's been good, but I don't
MVP
know.
good?
That's what I mean. Best defensive player, yes.
I don't think anybody's going to pull this off, period, unless Lamar Jackson breaks a knee or something.
Yeah.
I think it's his.
Last night, I don't know if you saw the stats last night.
Right.
5 touchdowns. He can't pass.
Right.
He's not a passing quarterback.
Well, he's hit some dimes. I can't totally.
I'm joking, because coming into the league, that was the big joke on him. Broke Michael Vick's rushing record for a season.
Right.
And then you want to talk about
fast.
You want to talk about, a dummy of the year. Did you see about the 49ers? Did we talk about that last week? The 49ers broadcaster saying the reason why Lamar Jackson's so good at faking the ball,
right,
or, doing the fake handoffs with the RPOs, is because the ball blends in with his skin color. On live radio, he said that. Yeah, talk about stupidity.
I'm not even going to comment on that. I'm just going to news break. Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Jimmy Garoppolo are a couple up there for.
Do you got the stats there of all those guys, or just
no?
Because Deshaun Watson, to me, yeah, he's a good quarterback, but why is he up there?
I mean, he's playing lights out with the team he has, though.
He's got DeAndre Hopkins.
Right. Okay. Oh, receiver to throw it up to. Right. But his line sucks. He has no running back. His defense is poop.
Carson Wentz has no offensive line, no receivers, and he's put up
and he's not putting up
numbers.
Deshaun's numbers.
He's over 3,000 yards.
Most quarterbacks should throw that by their broken leg.
He's still got 4 more games or so. But Russell Wilson, earlier in the year, definitely would have put him up there. Maybe still. I think he may be my number 3 guy. Definitely Lamar Jackson is my number 1. But
I mean, Russell Wilson's a good topic.
Let's.
He did have awesome DK Metcalf to throw to, so.
Decaf.
Michael Thomas for the thing, and they say people that just missed on the outside was Dak Prescott. You got to be fucking kidding me. And Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Kirk Cousins.
Cousins.
Are you out of your mind?
Would you let me talk so I can explain? No. Second half of the season, he was. Second half of the season, he's been on, but MVP should be throughout the whole year. Like Lamar Jackson's been lights out throughout the whole year. Michael Thomas.
What about Dalvin Cook? I'd put him over Cousins.
Dalvin Cook.
He's his stock going down. Tom Brady's stock went down.
Yeah, Tom is probably regretting coming back. But so let's just go off of Michael Thomas and Lamar Jackson.
And Christian McCaffrey, they said. I mean, I'm a fan. I think.
Yeah, I like McCaffrey, and I'm actually curious to see. I think it's either his brother or his cousin is coming out of the college.
Right. No, I think he's a great player, but I still don't think he's MVP either. I think
he's not.
I think it. No.
Okay. Yeah, I
mean, he's great. He was good. Great season.
Yeah.
But I still think there's better out of him. So.
Okay.
I think Lamar Jackson was the big turnaround and the biggest surprise and had the biggest impact on his team.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, were the Ravens picked to go anywhere really?
No, I mean, I think they were actually to the point
that it was all on him. We'll see how he adjusts,
and I think it was to the point that, like they said, this was a make or break year for Jim Harbaugh.
Right.
And here it is. Last night they won the.
I really division. Think it might be a repeat of the 49ers and Ravens, and I think the 49ers are going to get their heart broken again.
I kind of hope so.
Why? Why do you have no hate for the 49ers?
I still think they're overrated. I think they're a good team, but I don't think they're what they're being made out to be. They're not a freaking 16-0 team that everybody thinks they are.
How many losses do they have?
2. But the way they talk, we got defense that's better than the 1985 Bears, and blah,
their
blah,
defense won a lot of games.
Yeah, good for them.
They're
not better than the Bears.
No, you're a jelly bug.
Fuck yeah, I am. But so between Michael Thomas and Lamar Jackson,
name somebody on the 85 Bears defense besides Refrigerator Perry.
Dick Butkus. Ron Rivera. Fuck, these Miller Lights taste good.
Oh, man.
Don't put me on the spot that quick. I was like, as soon as I said Butkus, I'm like, fuck, that's the 60s. or the 70s.
Okay, folks. I'm sure we lost all of our listeners by now. Juan's in the back room shutting it off.
I just got a text from our wives. They just turned it off.
It was funny and entertaining, and then it took a really dive.
But between Michael Thomas and Lamar Jackson, who do you really think should be the MVP?
Lamar Jackson.
By far, or do you think it's close?
I think... Well, here's my opinion. You're going to bash me. But I think without Drew Brees, Michael Thomas wouldn't be where he's at. because he wasn't putting up the same numbers with Teddy.
Was he? Okay.
So
No,
he's a great receiver.
I do agree with
but I still think the ball needs to be chucked to him. I didn't see, or let me put it this way. I didn't see too many catches where he made the catch where it shouldn't be.
Okay.
That's MVP to me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He chucked, you know what I mean? Like, he fought for the ball. Those were catches that shouldn't have been made.
Yeah.
Where Lamar Jackson's doing it with his feet and his arm, where he thought he couldn't.
Yeah.
He's a second year.
Yeah, that's
and
the
they
most
said
surprising
that he was way behind and all this other shit.
Yeah.
And he's looking as good as he was in college.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I do agree with the Lamar Jackson pick. I just think it's going to be closer than people think with Michael Thomas coming at number 2.
But I'm a big Patrick Mahomes fan, but I don't think that injury hurt him, and he's not playing the same caliber right now.
I
don't know how he's in the hunt. I don't know how they could say Dak Prescott. I can't even see how they could say Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not the old Aaron.
Rodgers to me, when he's on this year, yeah, he's MVP. But
I would give Dalvin Cook the MVP over all those 3.
Yeah, no, I agree
and he slowed down.
Cook,
and then Kirk Cousins. I root for the guy. I do because he's like that clown, that you feel bad for, and you throw an extra $1 in the tip cup. But the first 5-6 games in the season, he looked like ass.
I think right when he played us is when he started taking off.
So how can you say that's an MVP season? To me, the MVP of the league had maybe a game or 2.
Yeah.
But he was consistent, clearly running away with being the best player in the league.
No, I agree.
So what would be your other argument, honestly? Like, Christian McCaffrey had great games, but had a couple bad because of the injuries and no quarterback. And I like Christian a lot.
Yeah.
Stephen Gilmore, a cornerback, I haven't seen big enough plays out of him.
Yeah.
So he had a MVP season. First off, we know in this league it's hard to have a defensive player.
I was going to say, for a defensive player to win an MVP, you got to be lights out. I mean,
on Madden, I put up 21 sacks in the season, and I wasn't MVP.
You only get defensive player of the year.
Right.
Yeah.
And rookie player of the year I got.
I am surprised, though, about one thing with you, that you don't have Decaf Metcalf up there and talk with the MVP the way you talk about him.
You're such a jackass, dude. I never said he was MVP. My point.
I mean, the way you
play
come
back
across,
the tape.
The way you come across.
Compared to JJ, he's super MVP.
Yes, 2 times in one show.
Right. Go ahead. I don't care. I mean, the fans think you're the moron, not me.
That's fine.
How you can think?
You can follow me at Jimbo ST Sports
moron.com.
So before we go, the college football. Are you okay now? Do you need a break?
I think Minshew needs to be MVP.
I think. Here comes number 3. I think Nick Foles should be MVP because to steal $88 million by sitting on the bench,
he got overtaken. Hurt. He broke his fucking collarbone.
Then he came back in and said, "Nah, I'm gonna suck and let a 6th-round quarterback take my job."
He wasn't ready yet. And is their offensive line doing anything? And timeout now. What did Minshew do the last game?
Oh no, that whole team sucks.
Right. So leave my boy alone. Fucking asshole. You're just a dick. This got ugly.
Well, hey, at least the amp's not falling over this time.
There's no more fucking comedic value to this. I'm ready to fight somebody. But honestly, is there any player that you could think that we're not thinking of that could be considered MVP? I think of the Rams. No. Oakland. Hell no. I mean, take it by team.
Yeah, all right.
Patriots. Brady's not the same. He has a good season.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's MVP this year. Dolphins. Maybe the kicker and the punter.
Thank you. I was going to say.
I mean, Deshaun Watson, I could see because of what he's playing with, but he still didn't put up numbers consistently.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the AFC East, Bills.
I mean, their quarterback played well this year, but I don't think he's MVP.
Yeah, I don't think he's
when I think of MVP, I think of like the old Adrian Peterson days, and like when that player was just like the man. You know what I'm saying? Like they came in, they're playing in the league, and you're like, dude, he's amazing. Zeke was garbage. Prescott was garbage. Nobody on the Redskins. Nobody on the Eagles. Nobody on the Giants. I mean, the Cleveland Browns, nobody. Pittsburgh, nobody. Ravens would be Lamar.
Yeah.
Tennessee
has the only person out there is Tannehill, but I mean they're talking about
he's not MVP.
But it's
a great story and he's doing well,
Yeah.
but it's not MVP. We just said the Vikings. I would pick Dalvin Cook over Cousins.
Yeah, I mean just looking at just teams alone, Chicago.
Trubisky.
I mean, he did look like Kurt Warner against the Dallas Cowboys. Thank you, Trubisky.
Yes. I think they're kicker.
You know what? What about Jameis Winston? I mean, he has a lot of interceptions, but he's got the yards, he's got the touchdowns.
No, he's not the MVP of his fantasy league. Never mind.
San Fran, you're talking about their defense without Nick Bosa.
I mean, defensive-wise, I'd have to see the stats, but he did have a lot of big plays.
I mean, it did just sound like Nick Bosa was upstairs screaming at somebody, but...
Well, my kids are up there. Your kids are up there. There's bound to be a fight or two.
Yeah, it sounded like Nick Bosa just tackled all three of our kids. Leave us alone!
Give the people's elbow!
Hit the son of a bitch!
The body rock! I go through the team. I can't...
I mean, honestly...
the Chargers, nobody.
I'm down to San Fran, Seattle, the Rams.
Seattle, like I said, the Rams, no. Seattle, I'd give Russell.
And then Arizona would be on other teams, so...
No, Murray was a bust like I said he was going to be.
I don't know if he's... I mean, he's not going to win Rookie of the Year, and I think it's too early to call a bust, but I don't think he's going to be as good as what he's supposed to be.
The Texans, I would say Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Or DeAndre Hopkins. But, again, they didn't play to the point where I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
They played good.
Yeah.
They played well. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
I can't think of... I mean, I really can't. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When you think of a star this year, who do you think of first?
Obviously, Lamar Jackson.
Right. Yeah. Then I would even throw Mahomes in there just for the name because he's played so great.
But see, that's not fair to give him any votes because of his name.
Well, right, but I'm saying he did play decent this season.
But he didn't
come back from an injury.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I can't see anybody else. They're just lighting it up.
Yeah.
I don't see any receiver really,
other than Michael Thomas, receiver wise.
Right. I mean, he's good. I mean, but he's not MVP good. Is he the here? One the other thing is
he's about to break records.
Right.
Again.
I understand that, but is he the reason they're winning? No. See, you have to think about it. No.
No. Yeah.
Is
probably
Tom Brady the reason the Patriots are winning?
They're winning. Obviously, yes, because they have no wide receivers.
Right.
Julian Edelman is hurt up
right.
and down.
So it was quicker.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, is that the reason they're winning?
That helps.
Do you understand? We don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
That's where that wow factor is.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you about the Lamar Jackson thing. I was
thinking, honestly, that Cam Newton should be MVP. Talk about stealing money.
Shit, man! I gotta look at that. I gotta look at that. You know what? Yeah, I gotta look at that contract and see who's making more this year.
Making fun of Nick
or Cam.
Superman's been kryptonite.
So before we go, I just want to get a quick opinion from you about the college football playoffs.
Yeah, you mean get me pissed off? But go ahead.
Yeah, pretty much. This past week was the final rankings. Final countdown. LSU came in at number 1. They're playing Oklahoma in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Ohio State is playing Clemson in the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. When did we start combining bowls? Because it used to be
Tostita Fiesta Bowl.
It used to be like that.
Right.
Now you've got PlayStation, Stay Tuned Sports, Fiesta, Jerry Epstein didn't kill himself bowl.
Actually, I think we're doing the Stay Tuned Sports Community College Bowl. Or is it the Pee Wee Super Bowl? Oh, I did it, folks!
You almost made me spit my beer on my mic. So,
we can sponsor the Table Tennis of Northeast PA Bowl.
We're drafting Forrest Gump. You see that motherfucker last year? Man, he's got a good hook left.
All right, well, I mean, what's your picks? LSU versus Oklahoma. That scares me more than LSU versus Ohio State.
I mean, I want LSU. I think LSU is going to beat Oklahoma. I could see the upset.
But if Hearns plays,
and
he's been playing amazing.
The game between those two games, I'm really looking forward to watching is Ohio State Clemson. I think that's going to be a better game.
All right, so what are you going, LSU or Oklahoma?
I gotta go with LSU.
I'm going LSU. So we're
Just to give you a little backstory, though.
Chick-fil-A peach.
No number one team has made it to the finals. The fourth seed out of I think it's been going on like 6 years now.
Alabama was the number one seed when they won it.
No, they weren't. They were number 2. Clemson was number 1.
And they won it.
Clemson was number 2 when they won. Yeah.
All right. Well, then Ohio State and Clemson. Where you going? You better go with what I think you're going with because
I've been preaching.
Yeah, you've been blowing them.
I'm going with Ohio. No, let's get the. All right, you're gonna get me fired up now. I hate Ohio State.
Oh, Buckeyes.
Man in the box. Inside joke. I hate Ohio State, but I just think they're a better team.
Cocktails.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, I'm going Clemson.
They're paying me.
I like Lawrence. I'm going Clemson.
Sunshine.
I love him. He reminds me of a young Nick Foles,
who steals $88 million. Yeah,
and a Super Bowl win
with Brandon Graham sealing the deal.
Still a Super Bowl win. So
okay, so you're going Lawrence. I think Chase Young is gonna have the bigger game than Lawrence. I'll even go that far.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the future now. You have LSU versus Ohio State. Then
who'd you pick for LSU?
LSU.
Okay.
We're both on agreement for
okay.
LSU. So LSU versus Ohio State. What's your pick?
I'm riding it. Get the
Ohio State. Get the hell out of here. Well, they are number 2.
I'll tell you this, and it will be on radio, audio. What do you want to call it? What do you want to bet? If that happens, that's LSU, Ohio State. What do you want to bet? You want to bet a 12-pack? Do you want to bet money?
Because we're not the NFL. Next week for that till we know, or the week that it happens. Because we got to confirm that, because then we can have a bet otherwise. I'm just too early predictions on the.
Oh, I thought you don't like the too early predictions.
I don't, but we ran with it now. I stopped. So I'm gonna say LSU and Clemson, and I'm torn.
Why? And I'm not being a dick saying it, but why?
Because my heart's with Clemson, but I think LSU is the better team.
Okay.
Overall, I think it's close, but it's tough. But I need to get a guest pick in tonight.
Okay.
There's somebody that's been dying to get on the show that became a huge LSU fan. I don't know how to wear, so.
Okay.
So if you don't mind, we could do that. You know what I mean? I mean, are you okay with that, fans? Alrighty.
There's the crickets.
All right, folks. We have a very special guest today. We thought since we've totally bombed the end of the show, we'd bring in some real insight.
Yeah, we did.
Happy to introduce for the first time on the show, well, maybe the second time, but he's been eager to talk about this. So I'm going to introduce my son, Carter. Buddy, how are you?
Good.
How you doing today?
Good.
And you know Jimbo over there, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're talking, and the playoff games are as follows. LSU is going to play Oklahoma. What's your pick?
LSU.
All right, you're taking LSU. And then Ohio State versus Clemson. Who do you think's going to win that one?
Clemson.
Clemson. So this is a big one then. You got LSU versus Clemson in the championship game. Who are you taking?
LSU.
Okay, so what makes you think LSU is going to win it all?
Because there's something in O.
There's something to know. That's classic.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you one last thing, though. What do you think the score is going to be? Or how much do you think LSU is going to win by?
56-28.
There you go, folks.
There you go, folks. Put your bets in for that one, and make sure you give my godson Carter a little kickback.
So what makes you so high on LSU this year? You like the quarterback? What is it?
I like the receivers and the running back.
Right. You think they're going to have a good shot, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So your pick is LSU for the national championship then?
Yeah.
I will give you a high five, though, because this is your first time, and he was nervous before he came on, so he did a good job. I think he did. That's going to be it for this week, though. So, I mean, that was a fun episode. I mean, right. we had Rexington... I forget his name already. I just hired him, and I forget his name already.
Rexton Tells Hall.
So head over to Twitter, follow us there at ST Sports Podcast, follow our Facebook and our YouTube channel. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, all the major ones out there. So this is your good friend Jimbo.
This is O'Brien and our buddy
Carter. And subscribe!
That's right.
We are out.
Goodbye.